Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 0.85 Sentry update guide. And today I'm going to try and tell you everything I know up to now about the Sentries. Of course, no one can know everything in such a short period of time, but I did spend about 20 hours researching everything. And yeah, so I just want to give you a few tips on what you can expect about these guys. At the moment, it doesn't seem like their flamethrowers are working. So they've got the machine gun, that's their primary weapon of killing you. Then they've got the flamethrower, which is not working at the moment. And then they've got these flaps on either side opens up to let grenades come out. Sometimes it's tear gas grenades that blinds you completely and hurts you. And then the final move is this top piece opens up with a blue laser that can one-shot you. Okay, so they're very, very dangerous regarding that. Now, my damage is off at the moment so that I don't die immediately, but I have played... I have played with these guys, okay?
Prisoner, leave the premises at once.
I have played with them with damage on, and it's very, very exciting. But from all my testing, destroying these sentries with M82s are very, very... It's a big waste of time. So you can carry about 16 of these PG-7M rocket launchers on you, which is heat rocket launchers, which is meant for penetrating heavy armor, like a sentry, okay? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, plus the one in the gun is 60 rocket launchers. And that's roughly what you're going to need, but you're going to have to aim for the center, okay? Like right there, the wires and everything. You're gonna have to aim for the wires. And there's, there is a scanner at the bottom. There's a scanner in the middle. But I think the splash damage of the rocket is good enough so that it damages, the sentry's private parts, if you have to put it that way, and the top sensor. So I'd say just go for the middle section where all the wires and everything are. And I mean, I think if you can hit it in the back, it will help as well. Don't worry about shooting it when it wants to fire at you, okay? I've shot this thing everywhere, but I mean, after a month or two, you guys, I would have shot it on every single millimeter that it has and really tell you guys where the sweet spot is. But in any case, damage is off now, so he's not going to be able to damage me. And I'm just going to show you guys what he does over time. So he first shoots at you with that machine gun, okay? And then he does the quick fire, which they all do. And then at some point, so I'm not shooting at him because I want to see what he does without any aggression. Now he's going to shoot. So he's not shooting the grenades yet. So if you guys don't... So that's flash. Those were 2 tear gas grenades, 1 flashbang, and a frag grenade. I'm walking into the tear gas now. That's what the tear gas looks like. Okay. So the longer you look for trouble, the wilder he's gonna get. Okay? The wilder he's gonna get. Okay, now I've got 0 stamina left. So that's his primary attack at the moment, guys. Now, 1. There's the main shot that would have killed me. There comes his main shot again. That will one-shot you. 4. And the distance doesn't matter, guys. As long as you're not miles away. Ten. Okay? Definitely its weakness is in the middle. We had 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we only used 10 to destroy him. Okay, so definitely aim for the middle wires. It definitely seems like it's his weakest spot. It's the only place where he doesn't have a lot of defense. Okay, a lot of armor on. I've shot him in the nuts. We call this little sensor here the nuts. But I feel the center is a lot more reliable. Okay, definitely a lot more reliable. So aim for the center mass. And when you loot the new sentries, they are going to give you this every time. But of course, I don't know if the devs are going to make changes. But this is what they're going to give you every time. Okay, you search it, and then on the ground, you'll find two tear gas, 3 grenades, frag grenades, 1 BCU lock that you can only use on a base that you build, not a prefab, and then 2 C4 parts, which is major. Okay, but again, finding these rockets is going to be insane. Okay, so it took 10 C4s to put this guy, to turn this guy off. I'm not sure how long they sit here, but, to make the video a little bit shorter, I want to show you guys what I think most people are going to go for. So let's move, because there are still old sentries in the game. Let's move to them, and I think this is going to be the new meta. But I mean, you guys have seen everything that this sentry can throw at you. You have to use the RPG-7 with the heat rocket launcher, also called the RPG-7M, because the thin ones have got a much wider blast radius, and it's more for anti-infantry or stuff like that, okay? And these rockets will almost destroy a metal wall. It will destroy a vehicle immediately, okay? So they're very, very, very strong. But of course, they're going to be very, very rare. So let's move to the other sentry quickly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at the old ones. Okay, I think I've got 6 rockets left. And I'll show you guys now the best way to fight them. I mean, to not get hit by them. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so as you can see, the nose is definitely still the little nose that goes in a circle when I hit it with a rocket launcher. The little nose is still by far the weakest point on that old Sentry. And yeah, it's giving you 30 BMG rounds. Okay, 30 BMG rounds. Now, in the past, you could kill those Sentries with like 12 to 15 BMG rounds on the nose. So I hope they've changed that. Like, if you can still kill them with 15 rounds on the nose, then you can keep killing those Sentries, because if it takes 15 rounds to kill the old ones and you're getting 30, then you're just going to snowball in that way. So I really hope. But I mean, I tested the M82 against the new ones, and the M82 is basically useless against the new ones. But again, like I said, I will do various tests for you guys. But so you guys can see, we used. Does this thing have something in it? No, it doesn't have a rocket launcher. We used 5, guys. You know, instead of 10, we used half the amount of rocket launchers for the old one. And I'm going to show you now how you can cheese them. You know, not something I really like doing, but I mean, if you guys don't want to get hurt, and again, walking around with so many of these rocket launchers when they're so powerful, I mean, one of these can almost go through a metal wall. Like, it will destroy 90% of a metal wall. 2 of these will go through a brick wall and probably leave a concrete wall with very, very little health, okay? So, it's very... The only people that are going to destroy, like the new Sentries. The new Sentries are basically for C4 parts. Like, the new Sentry gives you the 3 grenades and the C4 parts. But you're going to use the grenades and the C4 parts at the moment to raid. Except if they nerve the grenades and increase the TNT spawn rates, which I think will be a great idea. But it's just giving you more raiding equipment. But this is your strongest raiding equipment. Okay? So I think it's just the old Sentries that are going to get farmed for the BMG rounds, which in my opinion is going to become a big problem over time, depending on how rare this is. But I don't see a real need to destroy the new Sentries for raiding equipment when this is the best raiding equipment at the moment, okay? That's one thing that I find a little bit counterproductive. Using a rocket, that's by far the most powerful thing to raid with. I think it's almost stronger than a C4. You know, like, I can test it for you guys at the end of the video. But damn it, is it strong, okay?
Stop right there.
But I'm just going to run past this guy quickly. And who knows, maybe if you shoot the new ones in its weak spot, it also gets dazed like the old one. Okay? So I'll shoot that new Sentry on every part of its body and see if it gets dazed like the old one did. Because the old one is definitely showing you where the weak spot is. Although, I don't know, I'm going to shoot it once on its leg and see if it gets dazed on its leg. It's definitely getting dazed when you hit it on the nose, which is that Sentry's weak spot. So let's just see here quickly. So if you want to kill these Sentries very easily, this is the way. You just get something solid, okay? You don't want to, you want to lean past something solid. Because they can't see you when you lean, okay? Now let's check the legs. Okay, it gets dazed wherever you shoot it. This one gets dazed wherever you shoot it. But as I say, something solid works very, very well. But I'm sure you guys understand what I'm saying. If you're behind a solid object, then you can trick him, okay? He can't shoot you behind a solid object, and you can lean and keep shooting him and he won't shoot back at you. Or it will be very difficult for him to hit you. And a lot of the times you will walk away if he can't shoot you. Yeah? So the door was a bad example with 2 sentries. But basically you can use solid objects to lean. But a door or a window, like at the airfield, you've got the buildings with the little windows which you can lean through. You can go on a roof. Just be behind a solid object, okay? And that will take care of itself. And then, like I say, I think these guys are going to become a problem. But let's quickly do the C4 versus rocket launcher test. And then I want to shoot this old sentry. I want to shoot one of the old sentries with the M82 and just see what happens, because I've only thought about this now while I'm making the video. So see you guys now. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Outer wall, okay, not the inner wall, an outer metal wall, okay, outer metal wall. 1 C4 on an outer metal wall with 1,000, yeah, it's 1,000. It's 1,125 health, okay? Okay, so clearly stronger, but my question is, how much stronger? That's my question. It's stronger, guys, but still. With that, you have to be against the base and risk your life. Okay? With that, you have to be against the base and risk your life. With this one, you can be far away from the base and not risk your life, or not be in the open. That's almost 90%, guys. It's almost 90% of the damage. And that's why I'm saying, instead of using 1 rocket, you are giving me 2 parts for a C4. You're not even giving me a C4. Yes, that will do a lot of damage as well. It's just like, that's for 1 rocket, guys. I have to use 10 rockets that can destroy 10 metal walls to get half a C4 and 3 grenades. So that's something I want you guys to think about. Depending on how difficult these rockets are to find, you can't use 10 rockets that can destroy 10 metal walls. Like 10 rockets can go through 5 brick layers. One C4, even if it's a completed C4 and 3 grenades, can never go through 2 brick walls. Okay, so at the end of the day, destroying the sentries, you can destroy them for fun, but destroying them for the parts is counterproductive. I think the devs are really going to have to think about this. Yes, the BCU lock adds a little bit more. Yes, the tear gas grenades adds a little bit more, but you are losing. Using 10 rocket launchers on a new sentry, you are losing. Now, using 5 rocket launchers to get 30 BMG rounds, that I don't know how difficult the rockets will be, but I know finding BMG rounds is extremely difficult, and I do know that BMG rounds goes for a lot of money. Okay, so even if you're not planning on killing, like using the M82, I think this is like 5,000. Like you're getting 30 BMG rounds. That's 6 stacks of 5 from one sentry. Okay, from one sentry.
What's up?
Okay, they're much cheaper. Okay, they used to give you like 5,000 each. Now they're giving you much less. Okay, so the selling value isn't that high anymore, which is good. The selling value isn't high anymore, because if it was 5,000 times 6, that's 30K from one sentry. Okay, which is quite wild. But now let me load the M82 quickly and see if you can make a profit or not. I don't think so, but I'm going to shoot the sentry on its nose and see if we can make a profit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm going to show you the damage of the anti-personnel warhead. Okay, it's like a fragmentation grenade. This is used for non-armored units, and it's got a much bigger splash radius. Okay, so I'm going to shoot the wall, and then I want you to see what happens to the 2 vehicles. This is a 4-meter wall. It took half the damage, and the car's wheels, the vehicles took damage as well. So there's a very, very big splash damage. Okay, so if we look at this car lost about 67. This car was quite far away, 81. So of course I hit it in the middle. So this is 4 meters. So within a 2-meter radius, a lot of damage. Within a 3-meter radius, not a lot of damage, but still a lot of splash damage. And now when we look at this one, so that one's 81, 67. Clearly still a lot of damage close range. Okay. So yes, the smaller one is anti-personnel. Maybe it's easier to find, I'm not sure. But all I know is that there isn't a major difference with splash damage. Okay. It's supposed to have a much bigger blast radius. This one is supposed to have a much bigger blast radius than this one, but it doesn't really, as you can see. Okay, this is just these rocket launchers are just multi-purpose overall. But I mean, do you want to waste this rocket on a person or people? No. Then you probably want to use this. If you want to use that, you're probably going to use that, okay, on players. But yeah, as you guys can see, very, very powerful. And now to end the video off, let's just see how many M82 rounds it's going to take to kill those sentries. I've got 6 magazines, which is basically the 30 rounds that we got from the first sentry. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video and you found it informative, please remember to click that like button. And we will now test if it's worth it. if this can be abused. Because this is what I do for, this is what I love doing, guys. Just doing various tests, you know, thinking outside the box. And just getting as creative as I can. Okay, so we're going to use this for a bit of cover. We're going to lie down. And then we're going to wait for that guy to come. He's got a suppressor on. Actually, we can take this guy on. First, we must put the scope on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 60 BMG rounds into the weak spot of that Sentry without it blowing up. Okay, so the BMG rounds that they give you is not going to help you to snowball other Sentries, which is good. It is going to help you to kill 30 players with one shot, and it's probably going to help you a lot with penetrating bases, you know, or destroying base parts. But this is, you know, this is the initial idea of the Sentries. I think a lot of changes can still be made up to 0.9, especially with the loot that they give. Hopefully we will get the flamethrowers to work later in time, probably some animations. And I'd like the rockets to travel a little bit slower, to not look so instantaneous. But again, if you guys enjoyed this video, please click the like button. And if you want to see and learn everything there is to see and learn about Scum, then hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.